Welcome back to Lowcountry Money Talk. Phil with Revolutionary Financial Group is here, and we had a great discussion before the break, and actually during the break as well, which we all often do. For those of you who are just tuning in, we're talking a little bit about current events in our first segment. I do want to expand on some of that discussion, Phil.
Sure.
I know there's a lot of viewers at home who are either, relatively newly retired, or maybe you're about to retire, and this market is making you nervous. So let's discuss that, because there are some steps that viewers can take to arrange their retirement portfolio in a way that is going to serve them in this market this time. And I don't know what that is, so I need your help.
All right, Jessa, let's think for a second. First of all, let's make sure we have enough money to retire.
That's important. Okay.
Let's check our budget. Let's check our expenses. We don't want to run out the gate. Now, a lot of people are going to be laid off. So, they may get to a point where they don't have much choice.
Right.
Because there's a lot of layoffs coming, unfortunately. So that's something to consider. But if we are in good shape and we're ready to retire, then we need to understand now that we're retired, things are much different than when we were working.
Right.
So when we were working, we discussed this at break, is, maybe I have a 401k and I have a deduction coming out of my paycheck every 2 weeks, or however it's set up, and there's some matching funds from my employer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I retire, that's over. So I've automatically had all this dollar cost averaging going on all my working career, and I've accumulated, and over the time I'm like, sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down.
And we don't worry about it so much in that period of life.
Well, we've got the employer match that helps.
Yes.
And we have fresh money going in there every pay period.
Absolutely.
Well, that's over now.
Yep.
So I always tell people what we've got now has to last.
Right.
So in this very turbulent, volatile market that we're in, we should be very cautious. And so it would be better to make sure, based upon our age and some different income factors, that we had quite a bit in low risk and then the appropriate amount in the higher risk type.
So not only do we no longer we're not stashing that money away, we don't have the match anymore, but also we're older at this phase of life. So a whole nother thing to consider.
Right. And when we look at a bear market, typically the S&P 500 index in a bear market may go down as much as 35 to 40%. And if we look at 2008 as an example, it took 5 years for that index just to break even. And if I'm taking income out of my investments and that they go down 40% in value and I'm still taking income,
we don't have time for that.
We got a big problem.
Yeah,
so we want to make sure that we have the right amount at risk. And then we have, I would even be a little bit more cautious now. And even if I was supposed to have a certain amount at risk, I might even pull back on that right now under these market conditions.
Yeah, and you were explaining that to me on the break too, because counterintuitive for me, I would think, go ahead and put it all in on something that you feel good about, but you're saying, no. Okay, this is why I'm not doing this, and you are.
All of our chips on the black. Two. I don't know if the two's black or red, but we don't put them all. We don't want to do that.
Okay, so little by little.
Little by little. I think we still stick with that dollar cost averaging. So little by little as the market, kind of goes back up, because it still may pull back some.
I've learned a lot from you, but I still have a lot to learn. So that's okay, because we've got more show.
Okay.
There's a free booklet that is really exciting. Share it with us a little bit.
I have a booklet called The Changing Story of Retirement on my website. You can download it free at revolutionaryfinancial.com, and that'll help you, if you're even in retirement or you're close to retirement, you may want to take a look at that.
Yeah, you're going to love this, actually. I highly recommend it, revolutionaryfinancial.com. It's 24 pages, so it's not an epically large read, but it's got great information about taxes and expectations, planning tips, so it's perfect.
Some of the best plans are simple.
So, I love that. You know what else I love? After the break, we're going to do viewer questions.
Yes.
One of my favorite things to do. I know it's our viewers too, so stick with us. We'll be right back.